Hello, Tashidele. Good morning. Today, before I start my presentations, I just wanted to share some of my opinion today. I've been talking about the subject of Buddhist science and Buddhist psychologies. So if you look at the Buddhist knowledge, they are all classified into the three domains: Buddhist science, Buddhist philosophy, and Buddhist religion. So if you look at the Buddhist science and Buddhist psychology and Buddhist philosophy as well, if you study them, it doesn't mean that, you have to be a Buddhism or you have to, cultivate a faith towards a Lord Buddha, and also, it is not necessary that you have to believe in God or you have to accept the concept of hell being, So Buddhist science, psychologies, and philosophy, these are the subjects, these are the accessible for, everyone. Everyone can learn Buddhist science, Buddhist psychology, and Buddhist philosophy, So Buddhist science, Buddhist psychology, Buddhist philosophy, they are the foundations of Buddhist practicing. And today, I've watched His Holiness the Dalai Lama when he was interacting with the Indian brothers and sisters. At that time, His Holiness clearly mentioned that, he wants to promote the secular ethics, the topic of secular ethics in modern educations, And also, His Holiness Dalai Lama spoken on the topic of revival, reviving Indian ancient traditional knowledge, such as Nalanda knowledge, in India once again. So if we are living in a very chaotic, world, and this chaotic world, we have so many problems and controversials, If you look at these problems and controversials, then you will definitely see that, these problems and controversials are, uh, created by unethical actions, So these unethical actions, if you look at them, then you can find out, these unethical actions are the verbal actions, or is, they are physical actions. These, unethical physical actions and verbal actions, they are all created by our undisciplined mind, So our mind, our state of mind, if it is not calm, if there is a imbalance, there is a disturbance in our mind, then, it will not only harm oneself, it will definitely harm other peoples and societies. So therefore, our mind is very important, and we need to take care of our mind. And in order to take care of our mind, you know, so we need to study, what is mind, how it functions, what is the role of our mind, We need to study about them. At the same time, we need to learn, we need to study about the external objects, external things, which is related to our mind, So Buddhist science is a subject of the external, reality, and Buddhist psychology is the knowledge about the concept of mind and mental factors, So if you are studying a modern science, modern psychology, so if you, it would be nice if you know, study about the Buddhist science, Buddhist psychology, then I think you will definitely find out, uh, you know, you will definitely find out a new angle to see the reality. It will definitely help you to enrich your knowledge. At the same time, you know, I can say that, one could say that, you will make a great contribution uh, uh, to enrich the knowledge of your research field. So therefore, it would be nice if you can learn the both traditions, modern, psychology and science, at the same time, ancient Indian knowledge, such as Buddhist science and psychology. And you don't need to be a Buddhism, you don't have to accept the concept of God and concept of hell being. So uh, this is the point I just wanted to share before I begin my presentation today. So if you look at these slides, I have discussed about this point, and uh, I have mentioned that all the existent things, they are classified into the two categories. First is a conditioned phenomena, and the second is unconditioned phenomena. So if you look at the conditioned phenomena, then you can see the three aspects. First is material phenomena, second is consciousness, third is non-associated formative factors. If you look at the material phenomena, and uh, I have shown here this slide, and I have completed all these topics. I have gave my presentations on all these topics, and you can watch my videos in my mm, in my YouTube channels. And uh, after that, I have to touch on the topic of consciousness, but today I'm not going to discuss about that point of consciousness, and because in the future I'm looking forward to make presentations on the topic of mind and 51 mental factors. So if I won't die in the future, who knows tomorrow. So I who knows tomorrow. So that's why if I live a little longer, then I would like to make presentations on the topic of consciousness separately. And so therefore I'm not going to discuss about the concept of consciousness here, but today I'm going to speak more about the non-associated formative factors. So if you look at the non-associated formative factors, then the definition, the meaning of non-associated formative factors is like a conditioned phenomena which are neither matter and nor consciousness. So this is the definitions of the non-associated formative factors. And if I share you some examples here, like the state of arisings, endurings, and disintegrations of material objects. So these are the example of non-associated formative factors, and also the topic of times, years, months, and days as well, and also the directions such as east, west, north, and south. These are all non-associated formative factors. And also the person, we are all neither matter and no consciousness. So we are made up of, you know, uh, uh, we are made up of, you know, physical world, but it doesn't mean that, we are uh, we are the part of matter, like that. And also, the topic of, impermanence, and also the functions such as the ways holding of waters. So these are the examples of non-associated formative factors. So if you look at the non-associated, you know, formative factors, then you can see, it has two aspects. The first is non-associated formative factors that are sentient beings, and second is non-associated formative factors that are not sentient beings. The examples of, non-associated formative factors that are sentient beings are like a cow, human being, God, demigod, naga. So these are all the sentient beings. And if you look at the non-associated formative factors that are non-sentient beings are like a time, the topic of time, distance, years, months, days, dates. So these are the non-associated formative factors that are not, sentient beings. So that's all today. And if you have any questions, then please send me an email. And if you are using WhatsApp, then this is my number. And if you are watching my YouTube, then please, subscribe my YouTube channel, and don't forget to hit the bell icon. Uh, and if you uh, feel that, whatever I have been taught is good, it's very helpful for you, then please share my videos as much as you can to those people, who are truly interested to learn something about the Buddhist science and Buddhist basic psychologies. That's all. Thank you.